You're still watching Today on ENCA with myself, Mfundo Mabalani. Now we take you to Cape Town, where liquor traders staged a protest over the long-standing issues of licenses. They claim they've been operating for years and the city of Cape Town is refusing to grant them permits. Our reporter Nobesutu Hejana was there earlier monitoring the protests in Hanover Park. She joins us now from our Cape Town studios. Good afternoon, Nobesutu. You've been tracking the protests throughout the day. Just take us through some of the issues of these traders.
Certainly, Mfundo. Well, they did highlight the issue of not being given the licenses and also permits. And what has been some of the top issues that they've also mentioned is the Zoning Act, which where authorities will visit a site, especially for the taverns or shebeens, where they're not necessarily seen as bigger liquor outlets like the bigger clubs in the township. So they're saying that the zoning permit is something that has not been given to them by City of Cape Town officials, who claim that in their residential areas it does not, or they can't permit it to them because how their residential areas are designed, saying that I actually spoke to an 82-year-old lady who was saying that she's been selling alcohol for more than 20 years and she's been doing that informally, but now that these laws have come into play, she feels like she's being sidelined, whereas bigger retail stores like Pick n Pay Liquor and Spar Liquor are being allowed to operate in their townships, and they're not sure whether those requirements are also they have to also look into when it comes to those bigger liquor outlets. But this is what the secretary had to say about their reasons for them to go to the streets.
The banning issue, more especially what we discovered whilst we were on lockdown, they were busy amending the Liquor Act of the Western Cape. And one of the things that makes things difficult for liquor traders now is zoning. Zoning is our banning issue. Because number one, when we talk about zoning, we are talking about the land use, the land departure. Because, you know, for us to be in the townships where we are, it was not by choice, it was by force, right? And now what they are doing, they are enforcing the law to close our businesses down. They are using the law to close our businesses down, and in the interim, they are flooding our townships with the chain stores. So those are the problems. And secondly, we've got a high rate of unemployment, and we've got shebeens. We've got people who don't have licenses. So what we are saying here, those people need to come into the regulated space, because we said to them, instead of you arresting them and taking the liquor is not solving the problem.
You know, Nobesutu, this particular story speaks of the broader issue around township economy, or the killing of township economy, when we have these retailers coming in, because we all know several shebeen queens have raised children who went on to become doctor, etc. It's certainly worth a broader conversation. Just talk to us about the financial impact that these traders have suffered during the hard lockdown.
Well, Mfundo, I actually spoke to one of the a person who trades alcohol in the township in an area called Samora Machel, and he was saying that he's been into that business for more than 10 years, and with him making a living using that business, he has managed to get his children into school, and some now are in varsity. So he was saying that how they've been financially impacted is worse, because now the business is their primary source of income. So for the City of Cape Town not to grant them those permits and also legalize some of their small establishments, it's going to be a bigger impact for them, because now they can't provide for their families. But this is also what the secretary had to say about the financial impact that many of these businesses are facing.
It hit a lot of us. I mean, even myself, my daughter was thrown out of school for fees. So what I'm not the only one. Some people couldn't come back to business because of the lockdown thing. Yeah.
And what period, if there is, that you're giving the City of Cape Town to respond to your grievances? What are you promising to do?
At least we expect the mayor to come back to us within the next 10 days. Because what we want to do, we want to sit down with him so that we detail everything, because he's new, so I don't want to put the blame of what happened before to him. So he needs to understand where we are coming from.
That was reporter Nobesutu Hejane out in Cape Town. A very important conversation, as I've stated. Hopefully one of these good days we'll have the MEC for Economic Development. It's important that entrepreneurs must comply, but there must also be an enabling environment to actually breed these new entrepreneurs in the townships. But